So Tottenham defender Toby Alderweireld and Shakhtar Donetsk midfielder Fred are among Manchester United targets. What do you make of that? When I first saw this news, I thought Alderweireld, he'd be an absolutely fantastic signing. But I've got to be honest, with Fred, I'm not sure. I don't know that much about him. He put in a good performance against Manchester City in the Champions League. He's been in for Ukrainian League that most of his career. He's got potential. He's quite young. He's not. I think he's about 25, 6, is he? Correct me if I'm wrong. But it doesn't excite me for signing of Fred. I think Manchester City have put a bid in for him, so he must be pretty decent. But they've got the likes of Matic, who's brilliant and need to keep him. Pogba, they need to try and keep hold of him. He will come good, I'm sure. Carrick has retired. He's a coach now. McTominay is one for the future. He needs to keep getting games. And they've got Herrera. So you know, they're not exactly very short in that area. I think they should be more in for a striker. They've got Romelu Lukaku, but they need someone who he can rotate with. You've got Martial and Rashford, but he's obviously not going to play with them as much down the middle. They've got Sanchez, but even though they've got all that talent, they are still lacking. Now, what did he do with the likes of Sanchez? Did he keep him another season? Because so far he's been very poor. Lukaku has had a decent return, but they need better than that. He needs to be scoring over 20 Premier League goals a season, Lukaku. So that's a few things for Mourinho to think about. But I think definitely the area we do need to improve is at the back, and Alderweireld would be. He is the signing that we need to make. Really, he's still one of the best defenders in the league, in the world even. You look at the defenders Manchester United have got now. They've got Chris Smalling, Phil Jones. They're decent defenders, but they are not reliable. Especially Phil Jones. He's prone to mistakes, always out injured, and it's got to the point now. It's been over 6 years. I can't remember exactly how long. 7, maybe even 8 years since those two guys joined, and they've just not progressed that much, really. And is it time that they moved on? Possibly. Marcus Rojo, he's not featured much this season, although to be fair, he has been injured. So, and he can play at the left as well. Lindelof has been very disappointing so far. Did he cut the losses and sell him, or did he keep him on for another season? Eric Bailly, I would imagine, is the guy that Mourinho would want to partner Alderweireld with, and potentially that has the makings of a world-class partnership. So I'm excited by the Alderweireld signing. Fred, I'm not too sure. So should they go for someone with more Premier League experience? But then, who would they go for? There's not that much out there. For other players that have been linked with, the likes of Neymar, Griezmann, they don't need players in those positions. They've got a load of attacking midfielders. They've got Lingard, Rashford, Martial, Mata. They are not short of options in that area. So let's have a look at Tottenham. Have an incentive to cash in on Alderweireld, as he will be able to leave for 25 million in 12 months' time. So hopefully they'll get a decent price for him. Put 40 million in. You know, pay over the odds for him. He needs to come. Darmian, I'd forgotten about him. I think they need to just move him on. Daley Blind, he's a good player to have around. I don't know why he's not played as much this season. He's another good guy to have in the centre of midfield. When I was talking about Matic, McTominay, Herrera, Pogba, Daley Blind, I would keep Daley Blind. He's a good squad player to have who can play in many different positions. So yeah, we'll see more of Fred hopefully in the World Cup and see what he's what he's like there. Alderweireld, he's not the youngest, but he's still the right side of 30. Fred, he's 25, heavily linked with Manchester City, but they've turned their attentions to Jorginho. So why, if Manchester City aren't in for him, should Manchester United be in for him? They need to be competing with Manchester City to get the best players available. So Marouane Fellaini as well. A good squad player to have, but they need improvements. And Alderweireld would be a real, It would make them title contenders if Alderweireld came, but they'd still need another 2 good signings, and I'm not sure if Fred is for one.